Yo, what's going on, Senpai Squad? Welcome back to a brand new video, and for the first time in what feels like forever, we're finally talking about... Yes, that's right, I'm back on the Black Clover grind. It's been about a month or so, I think, since I actually covered the Black Clover manga at all, and honestly, I have been reading it. Now, my opinion on it will potentially surprise quite a few of you, but at the same time I know a lot of people also share a similar opinion to me on this subject, and that's actually the direction that the arc, the elf invasion arc in the manga, has actually taken, and how it may not sit 100% well with me. Now, this doesn't change the fact that the elf invasion arc is still by far, at the minute anyway, my favourite arc in the entirety of Black Clover. I love it. The first half, the first 3/4 maybe, were absolutely fantastic for me, and I even called it and compared it to the Chimera Ant arc of Hunter x Hunter. Now, hold your horses, I'm not saying that it is like of the same quality as the Chimera Ant arc, because it just flat out isn't. The Chimera Ant arc is my favourite arc out of any series I've ever witnessed, ever. The Elf Invasion arc just simply isn't. However, in Black Clover's circumstances, I do feel like the Elf Invasion arc has a similar effect. It's that type of vital impact, that kind of same instant impact it has on both the world within Black Clover, the characters within Black Clover, and also the reader / viewer of the series. It's similar in that sense to me, and also I feel like it's an invasion, end of the world type thing, all that kind of stuff. It is similar, or at least that's how I picture it. In my head, it makes sense, but that just kind of goes to show how much I was in love with this arc. Patry, I thought, was an incredible villain. I thought he was unique. He had a very interesting character personality. You never knew quite what you was gonna get with him. However, my entire opinion on the arc skyrocketed downhill when a certain character showed up, and I'm afraid to say that was the devil. Now, at first, you guys will know, if you've watched my previous reviews on the chapters when he was first introduced, I liked him. I thought he was great. I loved it. He was like Kaguya, but written well. But now that I've sat back a bit and I've looked more into it, and the story's progressed a little bit since then, I can hold my hands up and say at this moment in time that I take back what I said. I don't like what he's brought to the table. I don't necessarily dislike him as a character, although he's not my cup of tea, and I'll explain why in a minute. I just don't like how much of a huge detrimental effect he's had on this arc. And now, obviously, no matter when he appeared, he would have a huge, big impact. I just don't like it. I just feel as though it's really, not ruined, but hurt this arc, in my opinion. Now, I'm not just going to be constantly bashing the series, because I do think there's light at the end of the tunnel for this, and I'll explain why shortly. I'm going to use a couple of examples to back up my point, and that is the fact that, well, the reason I don't like the devil is just personally because, like I said, he messed up the arc, in my opinion. He replaced Patry's position as the main antagonist of the arc, which I thought, like I said, Patry was absolutely brilliant at being. And also, his only real personality trait is the worst type of personality trait you could possibly imagine. That's just simply being overpowered. It's not even a personality trait. It's just cheap and boring, and I don't appreciate it. It does feel like a Black Zetsu / Kaguya version 2. Now, maybe it's not quite as bad, but it's had, at the end of the day, it's had the same sort of effect on me as that did in Naruto Shippuden. Talking of Patry and talking of Naruto Shippuden, and yes, I'm as sick and tired of the comparisons between Black Clover and Naruto as you guys are. Trust me. However, I can't help but see some vague similarities between Patry and Obito. Obviously, Patry, like I said millions of times in this video already, I loved him, thought he was brilliant. Obito, again, I thought he was a good antagonist. Not as good as Patry, but I still thought he was good. However, I didn't like the direction that Obito's character went in. He did a complete U-turn, he became good. Naruto idolized him, maybe not necessarily the Obito that we saw in Shippuden, but he did idolize Obito at some point, which it did make sense, blah, blah, blah. I still didn't like it. Patry has had a similar turn of events. However, this is where the light at the end of the tunnel starts to show for me. It feels like a better version of Obito. Yes, he's done a bit of a U-turn. He's teamed up with Asta. However, Asta and Patry still have this huge dislike between each other. Asta said himself, you know, I accept what you've gone through. I feel your pain. I still don't like you. I still don't forgive you. That, you know, Naruto wasn't like that. Asta is like that. And Patry shares the same conflict with Asta still, despite them teaming up. Now, hopefully, this carries on and Patry doesn't do a complete U-turn, because at the minute he's on the route for it, but he's at that midway point. It could easily go either way, and I'm hoping he goes back to being a bad guy. Tabata, at the minute, what Tabata has done throughout all of Black Clover, he's taken things we've seen in previous shonen series and essentially, in some cases, a lot of the cases, written them better or just done them better. Like I said with Patry, and I'm hoping he's doing the same with the Devil. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to look back on this video in a few weeks, a month, whatever, how much time, look back at it and say, wow, Harrison, you're an absolute idiot. How did you not see this coming? I hope that the Devil does do, again, a U-turn, not in terms of good guy, bad guy, but just in terms of being a character. I hope he's written better. I hope he ends up being a good Kage. I hope I can sympathise, feel something towards him other than him being, oh, he's overpowered. Wow, that's so cool. That's where I trust Tabata. I trust that this Devil, he has a plan. Tabata has been brilliant throughout the entirety of Black Clover. He wouldn't just whip out this Devil out of nowhere, I'm sure of it, if he didn't have a plan. However, and I'm not proclaiming I can write it better. I'm not proclaiming that I'm going to write it better. I don't have the qualifications for it. Nothing like that, no. But what I do have is that the fact that I'm a fan, I have opinion, I have a channel where I broadcast my opinion to others, and that's exactly what I'm doing, and that's why I can comment on this the way I am. I'm not a fan of him right now. I don't like the way the arc's gone. However, I hold out, trust it. I still love Black Clover to pieces. It's still the series I look forward to reading most every single week. I can't wait for more. I think I might potentially bring back the weekly reviews for the chapters. I'm not too sure yet, or maybe I'll do what I do with Boruto and just wait until a few have grouped up together. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you share a similar opinion to me on this? That's what I'm most interested about. I don't know if I'm going to be an odd one out, if I'm going to be targeted and get so much hate on this, or if I'm going to allow you guys to speak up on it as well and think, you know what, you know, I didn't want to say it, but now someone else has. Yes, I see where you're coming from. Let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already to become a member of the Senpai Squad. And I'll see you guys in another video. But until then, peace.